And welcome back to the channel. On this video I'm going to be riding the Lyric Graffiti as you see it right there, and we're starting off at a police station because I wanted to talk about this bike, Lyric Graffiti X. So it sells as a class 2 e-bike, and there's a switch right here, and this switch right here is the on-road off-road. So when it's out it's off-road, and when it's pushed in it's on-road, which makes it a class 2 750 watt e-bike. And so let's hop on, and I'm going to talk about that on this video. Nice to have some sunshine today. So this switch that I was showing you is a toggle switch between the class 2 on-road and class off-road, whatever you want to call it. Class doesn't matter, because if it's off-road it's no longer, it doesn't really matter. So class 2, which I'm going to show you here. Okay, so right now it's in off-road mode, which is when, or what I have it on right now, but I'm going to switch it to on-road, and this is on-road now. So this limits the motor to 750 watts, and it limits your speed to 20 miles per hour. It may go just a hair, a little bit over, especially when I'm going down a hill. That's not a fair judgment on it, but but the bike does have a throttle. So is this legal? Well, I'm going to keep it in class 2 right now, so technically it's legal because it's a class 2 e-bike as I have it set right now. Now in California, where the bike law now is no throttle, even with that toggle switch, because the bike has a throttle on it, I assume that this bike would be illegal for that reason, even though I'm only riding it in the class 2 mode right now, which is 20 miles per hour, which is legal. And here in Oregon we can go up to 28 miles per hour. But again, you can't throttle to 28. You have to throttle to 20 and then pedal beyond. But this bike right now, I have it in class 2 mode. They sell it as class 2 on-road, and then the off-road mode if you want to go off-roading. And the funny thing is, for me, I'm kind of the opposite, where I would actually ride slower off-road than I would on-road, because my off-road riding mostly is like trails. Well, it's pretty hard. First of all, with pedestrians on there, you shouldn't anyway, but it's pretty hard to get beyond probably the 15 miles per hour that most trails are. Some of them are 10 miles per hour. And you don't know, first of all, the trails a lot of times are pretty narrow, and you don't know who's coming around corners, and things like that. So you can't really ride, unless you see an open trail where there's nobody around. I suppose you could go a little faster, but if there's any people around, and other cyclists, you gotta respect each other. And so that's why I don't understand that off-road mode for me, because this bike, to me, off-roading would be riding on trails pretty much. And even if it's not a shared bike trail. If it's other kinds of trails, like I find you need the power more than you need the speed for some off-roading. But anyway, it's kind of weird how I mean, that's the way they have it for legality reasons. But yeah, I prefer the opposite. I prefer the on-road to be off-road and the off-road to be on-road, if that's not too confusing. The thing too about if you switch it to like it is now, the on-road, you get a real sluggish start on this bike anyway. It's you know, with the 750 watts, yeah, it's a heavy bike. It's 120 pounds. So you get the sluggish start, and then it picks up once it gets going. So if you're in an intersection, I don't think you want that sluggish start. You want to get in and out of there as quickly as possible. Especially when you're right in a car lane, because there's no bike lane. You know, you have to get right in, you know, if you're making a left turn or even if you're going straight. So yeah, what do you think? Do you think this bike is illegal? Like a lot of people will say too, I should have mentioned this too, that I'm riding a motorcycle. I get that a lot. And even in the short time I've had this bike, they say, oh, that's a motorcycle. Or, well, it's not a motorcycle. That has pedals on it. And the pedals aren't just there for show. You can actually propel this bike. And I've never seen a motorcycle with pedals on, ever. So if it's a motorcycle, like I say, I've not seen one before. It's the first time then that I've ever seen a motorcycle with pedals. And secondly, I can't register this as a motorcycle. It was sold as and is an electric bicycle, e-bike. So if you don't agree, go ahead and leave a comment in the comments below. That's fine. And if you agree, that's fine too. So that's going to do it for this video, talking about this particular switch right there and taking it in and out. Now that's off-road. In is on-road. 20 miles per hour, class 2, 750 watt. So that's going to do it for this video. If you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button. If you'd like to subscribe to the channel, thank you very much. Just hit that subscribe button. If you want to be notified as to when the next video comes up on the channel, just hit that notification bell. And like I mentioned, if you want to leave a comment on this video or any other videos, go ahead and leave that in the comments below. Once again, thank you for joining me on this video. And until next time, keep your wheels on the road. See you later.